Welcome to today's reading. I am traveling with you on this journey. Today I have chosen the Heart Energy Portal, and I'll be honest, it's not been easy for me to stay in this energy recently, and I have resisted doing a reading, almost any readings, and then I realized I hadn't shuffled the cards for more than a week, and so yesterday I just spent hours just shuffling. Well, maybe not hours, but I just felt the need to feel the need to. There's really no other way to say it. And here I am today, and this is the second time I've pushed record in an attempt to see what messages want to come through me. And it just feels right now. Well, it feels like right now is all there is. I don't know what that means. I don't want it to be dramatic, but yeah, there is some epic disharmony and tower moments that are playing out collectively that is making the simple but not easy task of staying in our heart space more important than ever. So that's, I guess, me talking myself into being here with you, for you, as we get through this together. I can't believe I just said that. Fuck. What does it all mean? Ten of Cups in reverse. I really do believe that what we're going through is going to tip us upside down and reshape our entire system of what true grounded love feels like. This is in reverse. It's not grounded. What do we got to do to bring it in? Calling on the warrior and the siren. Whew. It's time to make a wish. Okay, this is going to be an intense reading, and I guess that's what I know. Yeah. And a Monday. Oh, okay. I'm using a couple of decks here. I'd like to introduce you to the Intention Portals by Bali Mama. You can find out more about these on her Etsy store, Bali Mama Art, or on her website, and hear more about the story of the portals and, you know, the journey for this to have arrived here for you now as an invitation. So if that's something that you want to resonate with, then you can drop in and find out more about that through Bali Mama's creations. An incredible mentor of mine, and really just the beginning of my siren call. My stand against this energy is really the support I have found in those portals, the guidance that I have gleaned through surrendering and traveling through these energies. I've gotten to know the cards so well and have introduced them to people in a really authentic way. And it's felt so rewarding for me to be able to receive more information about what's on the other side of these portals through the experiences and the readings of the people that I've been connecting with. So that's an expression of gratitude that I want to share. I'm also using the Archetypes deck from Kim Cran's the Wild Unknown series, and this is the Rider-Waite tarot deck. It's I can't remember what version it is. I think it's called Tarot Original. It has a different kind of tint over it, almost like a sepia tone, which has forced me to read the cards in a new way, as the colours, even though they're the same primary colours, change. I noticed how the bold blues and reds really started to speak to me in the energy of feminine intuition and masculine energy taking action. Even as we look here at the tower, you can see this is a balance in those colours. So when I noticed that the colour was dulled, it allowed me as a reader to choose when to share those messages when they were important, and also to have another little golden nugget in the journey as you do explore your relationship with these cards, not just through a deck but through the journey of multiple decks as you travel down this journey. You are able to make bolder choices, more intuitive decisions on the messages, and you also get to see just how pertinent and how familiar the generic symbols of colour, the way that has communicated to me in the decks previously to now, has become part of my calling. It's part of my the lens at which I see through. And so to see this filter, I really am getting a deeper understanding of what reading is. And it's expanded my vision, first and foremost, but my ability to embrace everything in a moment, and from that choose what moment to create next. So I don't know why I'm sharing that with you, but that seems like it might have been for somebody. So before I actually start the reading, I want to read to you about the Anima Mundi card, because this is a really powerful card in this deck, and if you can see the symbols, or I don't know if you can have a closer look or if you're familiar with this deck, but there is a lot here to encourage us to explore as we meditate with these cards, which is their intention. This art is for you to get to know it. To know thyself is a wonderful interpretation of the word meditation, and to consciously focus on that as the only thing to do. Just to witness is essentially the point of it all. It's how we harmonize and balance the energy within us. And to come back to the colors again, I really understand why I'm going down this path now. Thank you. I wanted to say thank you, Spirit, and immediately have an emotional response, because I can feel the energy of what's coming. And I know how important it is for us and for the next us and all of the us's to really understand this simple key, and from that place make a wish. Once we know this, on the bottom of the deck we see the Nine of Cups, then we can make our wish and really get satisfied with this journey, and enough to be able to share it. Ten of Cups moving through and ground this in. And what is the point? What is the message as the vacuum ramps up in the background and drowns out the call, the voice within me that is trying to birth this message in a roundabout way, and also taking you right where you need to be able to hear it? I know that. I can feel that is why I had to push through this resistance to be here now. Because there is an imbalance within the soul of the earth, of those energies within us are reflected without. Everything that's coming to mind that feels like a tower moment, smells like a tower moment, sounds like a tower moment, It is a reflection of the harmony within yourself and the decision, the choice you make to come together and make peace with the siren and the warrior, the masculine, the feminine and the masculine. These are not gender specific, they are energy dominance. And this is why throughout the tarot those colours are so pertinent. The first time that we really recognize the blue as the high priestess's dress trails off in the corner of the card, and anywhere it flows through, it's to remind us of her. So, start with those basics. The original tarot deck has so much to tell you about the other decks, before the other decks. And, let's stay true to what we love about these divination practices. Allow the energy to support, sure, but we can quickly get lost in the message or dilute it. And sure, whatever resonates, but for me, I really wanted to know. And so I started with the basics. Anyway, I digress. Anima Mundi. The soul of the world, all that is. And this is why this is not just a general reading. This is the energy that's pulled me to get to this message for us. Anima Mundi epitomizes the principle, accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all its multifaceted, multidimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied embrace. Constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. Anima Mundi is the link between the literal and the imaginal, the rational and the mythic. It is the connective fibre that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation on the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra. Destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. Wow. This is the last card in the deck, it's like the world in the tarot almost, in completion, all it is. When light, it's tending to the sacred details of life. When dark, it is overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. To go deeper, look at the alchemical drawings of Anima Mundi, the life and paintings of Hilma and Clint. Both carry themes of universal unity, completeness and embrace, referencing the world card in the tarot. The embrace of Anima Mundi is available anytime, anywhere, to anyone, day or night, rich or poor. It is a process of unveiling a resistance to its love. Holy Mother of Mary. Okay, so I guess we can see why we have these two beautiful cards here inviting us to come into harmony with that masculine and feminine struggle that is recalibrating during this time, and allow it not to turn us on our heads and yet make a wish, make a dream of what the balance of those energies looks like for you. Your thoughts matter right now. Your feelings, the depth of emotion, the ocean, feminine intuition, the spirit of receiving that wisdom and flowing to find it. Accept all, reject none. Okay. let's get into it, shall we? I think I'm going to do a particular spread because I'm tired already. And I'm going to allow the wisdom of the Celtic cross spread to take us where we need to go today. So just looking at the heart of the situation behind the imbalance of this masculine and feminine energy that we're feeling on a collective level as an impending tower moment. The opportunity to reshape our values and ground in a new version of what ideal looks like to the collective. But there is a sneaky battle going on. Seven of Swords. And the obstacle about that is the Chariot. And this is really about the will to come into harmony with these energies. Having the will after the choice with the lovers that we make to participate in this cycle, this human experience of duality, polarity, balancing that. It is us that needs to choose this and leave behind the constructs with these structures at the back of this card and drive forward quickly. Change. Yeah? We're leading towards, we want to get towards the next card in the tarot. It's really the understanding of these keys is to move through the journey, the hero's journey, you the hero, me the hero, I am. It is the journey of individualization. And we can lend the lessons of the archetypes of these cards to support us, help us, show up for us, and however your spiritual guidance needs to personify, identify with that message. It's a key for you to turn. It's a door. You have the key. This is you giving the key. Okay, I'm just shuffling for no reason, and then I got Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the World. So I just want to stop and introduce myself, I suppose, before I go any further, or reintroduce myself through these three cards. I'm done with a lot of cycles that I've been through in the past. I am not sure how it's going to show up on the other side of this, but I am ready. The Queen of Swords is the card, the archetype that I identify with most in the deck. As soon as she comes out, especially when I'm shuffling aimlessly like I just was, I stop and I wait for the next invitation, the next burst of inspiration, Ace of Swords. And this is my process. And I'm done with the world. I'm done with how that looks. I am proud to be on this throne from this perspective, on the basis of this butterfly at my crown, this very transformation at which I explore as part of my journey. And my sword is here to help you cut with clarity. My heart is open, but as I choose now, and that is how I know that I can stay in this heart energy and be able to serve the world. That's my choice. And I have the Page of Swords popping out there just telling me, get back on track. and get back to the reading. So yes, everybody got that. We're choosing to participate in this. Okay, so Spirit's asking me to choose to participate in this reading now that I've gotten that out. And yeah, okay, I'm with you. I get it. A little bit of chastising, no problem. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. And it's not just you. You're not alone in this battle. It seems sneaky, but it's happening. It's definitely happening. So you do need to actively choose to, and this is what's in the subconscious here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Strength card. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm coming in at this from an interesting place. So I welcome the mirror in this reading and offer my vulnerability. I was going to say voluntarily, but I think I came here a little bit under duress. So that's the invitation that I'm staring at in the face. Also with the Strength card, you know, this lion comes to her and she is taming the lion, the tail between his legs. It's an active invitation for us to consciously meet the beast within, the lion that wants to roar within. And he looks like a pussycat here. She has it in balance, and they're ready to journey together to the what's the word? Prosperous, abundant, stable legacy of not just wealth, but wealth in the true sense, not money, pentacles, coins, sure, but the fruits of the trees, the activity in the community, the longevity of the structures, you know, the lasting, the legacy, and the forevermoreness of this lesson from the Strength card, the infinity sign above her head. It's truly to remind us that this is an eternal, I want to say struggle, but opportunity to claim strength, not just in the past, in our subconscious, or the issues that have got us here, and this is that part of that reading, but also it's been happening whether we've been conscious of it or not. So here it is becoming something that we can now choose to be conscious in, that this is our opportunity to tame the beast within. Okay, I want to look at what is conscious, or what we need to bring into consciousness. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so I mean, look at him, look at his face. Does it feel like you? Is this somebody that you can relate to? Is this a moment that you need to take and stop to look at the work that you've done, to reflect on the fruit in the garden, to collect the one that's hanging right by your foot there? Don't miss that, you know. It's time to bring this into consciousness, truly. And I'm seeing a lot of Pentacles energy here in the reading already, both in the subconscious and the conscious realm. And this is earth energy, the reality of what we can create, touch, and almost, I don't want to say touch necessarily, but you know what I mean, that grounded. And we're talking about this off the energy of how can we ground this in, and this is what we need to do. We need to look at what we can do to bring this into balance. Okay, looking at the past here, we've been smacked with the Death card, and look at the King begging for his life. I don't know why I brought that up in such disdain just now, but you know, death to me, really, this card is really about making that decision, you know. It's right before something very big and expansive happens, and that's always the case, whether we want to face that or not. But the root of the word decide. Homicide, genocide, pesticide. It's to kill off, to cut off any other option. We must get a hold of this sneaky battle of air, bullshit, thought. Get clear on what we can. Take it. All of it. Anima mundi. Accept or reject none. And decide what we deem to be our reality, the fruit of our labour, of our journey. And let's look at what we're going to be moving into the immediate future. I'm not reading in reversals. Full stop. Wheel of Fortune in the immediate future. Do you believe that? That's what I want to know. That's what Spirit wants you to know. Is that why you're in reverse first? Turn it up the other way. This is really, you see that wheel spinning? Each one a degree. I'm not asking you to go 360 right now. And I am a conduit for whoever's asking. Who's the asker here? Perhaps you're asking for change and you're wanting a big change. And you're asking for something outside of you, when really you need to look at your journey. This is wands now. We're moving more into this fire, spiritual, something that we know we can use to drive forward with this chariot. It's the energy behind this decision, death, to actively choose to participate and realize that the only thing constant in life is change. So this too shall pass. Should we know that, then we can stop beating ourselves up. And the Nine of Wands is, we can read this many ways, but I want to look at this as, yeah, sure, you've had some injuries, but look at what's behind you. Those wands are standing strong. These are messages from your journey. And it's time to move to the next stage, to turn the wheel, to accept change through the journey of these other cards, understanding how we got here. Why is this energy? Instead of fearing the tower, pack the bag, jump out with a backpack on, take charge of the chariot, tame the beast with the strength, bring that into your conscious awareness so that you can deal with that once and for all. The legacy of that lesson is imperative to you being able to see the ones that you have standing behind you before they become a collective spiritual burden that you need to put down when you get to the Ten of Wands. Okay, let us move to our personal power. We've established the first sort of half of this Celtic cross. And you see we start here, and then we come through from left to right, looking through the immediate past, the immediate future, the current issue, what's behind it. We're going to look at our personal power. The Empress and the Page of Wands. I'm laughing, that's a personal joke that I'm having with the tarot right now. But the Empress, look at her adopting, I'm sitting by the flowing stream with waterfall in the background, this divine feminine intuition that has come through from the High Priestess just before her, number 2 of the Major Arcana. She is abundant, the cornfields, the juicy dress that she's wearing. In some decks she's almost represented as being pregnant with the earth, the creation. This is the embodiment of this feminine archetype in our earthly realm. If we're talking about that Pentacles energy, this is where she comes into reality. And knowing this fertile ability for creation, this is almost, if this is not you that you identify with, then who is this character in your life who gives you the courage to see yourself as able to create change from your journey, and to use it, to move through it, with it. If it's not you, who is it? And the Page of Wands behind her, almost just supporting her as he looks up at his wand. He's graduated through after this Nine of Wands here. The next card is the Ten of Wands, which feels like a big burden that needs to be put down. This pile of wands, to just throw it down and get clear on that one wand. And here he is, after the Ten of Wands, the Page of Wands, clear with that spiritual driving mission, the clarity, the fog of the imbalance of the Tower moments, the masculine and feminine, the raging roar that is within us. I'm just describing it as an imbalance of masculine and feminine energy because that's what I've learned. It's the simplest way I can offer it to you, to see that you can feel it for others. And if you're off, it's going to be off. So he's just here behind her with the clarity of the mission, ready to feather in his cap. Off he goes. So I'm not ready. I wasn't asking. Okay. Oh, wow. Your effect on others. I mean, the oh wow that I just said was because, again, last time I was interrupted by spirit with my emotional response. I just resisted it. I didn't want to take those cards. And here the Sun and the Magician is like, we have all the elements at our disposal that we are manifesting with. He has all the elements: wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. As above, so below. This is the frame, the place at which he collects his tools for the journey. This is the first card in the deck after the Fool jumps off the balcony. I mean, the cliff. And here he is, as I resist those cards, in the position. This is the question: what is your effect on others, or others' effect on you? And this is coming up loud and clear to remind me and us and you and whoever's listening, whenever you're listening, that you have all the elements at your disposal. And you can resist the message as much as you like, but you need to listen for that hell yes. When it feels like the baby on the back of the horse, you know, gleaming bloody sunshine with sunflowers, like that's a aha kind of card. The warmth and healing energy of this will relieve you. Will relieve you. It's like I just got interrupted again, saying that's all they need to know. That's all they need to know, is that I feel relieved. I'm just going to tell you my story. That's what they need to know. Man, I'm getting slapped around here with the thoughts, right? These sneaky thoughts. And I'm just seeing so clearly the imbalance within me when it comes to sharing this message and me getting in my own way of you getting the clear yes. And I'm not trying to be cryptic. I'm navigating my journey, and just today I decided to accept that this too shall pass and that it's never going to be perfect. And I might not want to hear the message any more than you do, my friends, but the baby on the back of the horse has other plans for us. And the Magician, okay, so I'm here to let you know that you have the power to create from all elements, with all elements, and you must. Like, if you don't consciously do this, it's happening unconsciously, and this is the beast within that either takes over and allows you to drive forward. And this is, again, I want to come back to this off the back of the Tower energy. This is what you're going to need to know whenever that happens. And I'm not prepared to give you timing on this, but I felt a very serious sense of urgency to get this message out. So how about now? Yeah? Why not now? If not now, when? take a hold of this battle of thought and get really clear on where the imbalance is within you and decide to cut it out, to change it, and to just look behind you actively and remember, one, you have that one calling. It's calling for you to just find it, and not really to find it, but to just look for it, to enjoy playing with it on the journey. And if it's not that, then no, cut it, because it's affecting the legacy of your entire journey. And actually, that's, I think, what the fears are. And this is the thing, right? Like, this is our hopes or fears. And I mean, for me, I don't know if this could be read as hopes or fears, but hopes and fears here are obviously the same thing. Not obviously, but I just decided they were, okay? Because this is imperative. And I don't know about you, but like, it's the versions of ourselves that we're competing with when you realize that we're all one. No matter who's coming at you with those wands and you think that there's this fight going on in the world, it's you and you. It's always you and you. It's not about being arrogant and that you are the center of your universe. But if you're not the center of your universe, how are you going to be able to see through this? If you're not taking responsibility for the imbalance within and finding a way to make peace with the journey and accept change and celebrate the gift that you have with the magician behind you, come into understanding of that and really take an active role in taming the beast and also bringing the versions of the self together, because we need you. This is the soul of the world that needs you. And this is not something that you have heard for the first time. If you found this today, whenever you found this, this is for you now. Page of Cups. This is the outcome. Should we get one more? Just because it's the end and I want a bit of a hurrah. The Page of Cups. Look at him with his little sassy little skirty outfit on. The depths of water of intuition behind him. It's like he has it on his side. The emotional offer that is here for you to accept, that slippery little fish that could jump out at any time. So don't miss this opportunity to fall in love with yourself. Don't get distracted by the world tower moments. They are merely whatever is coming through your peripheral, whatever the tower represents to you. It's different for everybody else, and that should show you that this is different for everybody else. So you have to take into your control what you can. And here I'm reminding you that you have the chance to pull all the fractured versions of yourself together by using your feelings as a guidance system to bring this home into balance, so that you can explore this terrain. And the terrain is the ocean. Look at that King of Cups. He's really just showing the page the way, and maybe letting you know that this page is not offering you something sassy or seductive. It's an opportunity for new, young, like refreshing your love program so that it can become something stable and whole. And he's got his throne on the water as he's out exploring. This is one of the most balanced kings in the deck. An incredible archetype for us to embrace in terms of masculine and feminine energy balanced here. His queen, the Queen of Cups, she can feel it. If there was a card that could represent the ocean and a celebration of this energy, then I really love that as an outcome for us in this reading. I wonder if there's anything we need clarification on. I think that I'm going to leave it here otherwise, but there's a lot of cups energy here at the end. So I would like to offer everybody the invitation to Take a big breath now. In and out 2, 3, 4 times as we trail off at the end of this reading. Remembering that our feelings flow like the ocean and they are our guidance system through all of this. So take only what has resonated today, leave everything else behind. How do you know if it's resonated? Then ask yourself how you feel about it. And the more you ask yourself how you feel, the more you'll be able to connect with the heart energy, the portal that has been opened for us here today. I implore you to dive into it with me. This is where I am right now. If you haven't heard from me, this is why. The warrior and the siren, I hear you. I hear you all. I am avoiding you. And I encourage you to look at how you can do that yourself. Not to ignore me, but to take stock on where your energy is going and do whatever you need to do now to flow with this ocean, the emotion, and to come back to center, to remember your personal power, the Empress, Page of Wands, to practice with the Sun and the Magician, and to start to pull those fragments of yourself, those fears that are leaking out of you at this time. Know that they are not the people, places and things around you that seem to be disturbing you, the shit that's happening to you. Don't let the devil win there. The imbalance is within you. This is something that you chose to learn. See this masculine and feminine here, quite like the Lovers card. And here we come through. This is that relationship to self before others. Like I said, I don't know what the urgency is, but it feels like this message will never not be urgent.